how are you, goats? A lot of people are asking me, is it good to use Autoselect on your support? We will discuss whether Autoselect is good for choosing supports and how to build a basic support for the game. For those who's not sure about creating a support, well, a proper support can make a huge difference in battle outcomes. Without further ado, let's hop in the video. Understanding Autoselect in games. Autoselect is a feature where the game automatically chooses your support, characters, and unit, along with some decent tags. While it may not be the best option overall, it is a solid choice for beginners. So we have pros and cons of auto-selecting support characters. Let's go for pros. Autoselect is particularly helpful for newcomers who may not know how to build an effective support team. It simplifies the process and gets you started quickly. Cons. On the downside, Autoselect tends to pick random elements for your support characters. This can be problematic if you are aiming to use a specific element or color, as it may not align with your strategy. The question is, how to build a basic support? When it comes to building a support, make sure you know how the element works. So this is how it works. Red counters green, green counters blue, and blue counters red. So this, I call this RGB. So RGB, these three colors, they counter dark element. So it means they hit hard on dark elements. And dark elements hit hard, or he counters light elements. And light elements counters the RGB. So make sure you know this, okay? Alright, so I think this is the basic way on how to create the support. So as you can see, I'm using blue unit, and make sure to filter out your support. So go to this, filter, go for blue if you're using blue, go red if you're using red, go green if you're using green, go light or dark if you're using those elements. So since I'm using blue, I will pick blue, press OK, and everything in here will be your blue units. So usually I'm going for worst gen. I think every one of you that watches me on stream knows this. So go for worst gen and like put them whatever you want to pick, but make sure check them if they are free to play. All right, so you can buy those fragments on, or you can exchange those fragments on battle points. You can check them out later though. So I'm going to put everything that I can buy. So we need 6 to max out the tag. So we have first gen. Next is attacker. I want attacker. I want some damage, you know. But if you want runner, you can go for runner. It gives you HP. If you want defense, you can go for defender. There we go. And you can get defense. All right. So for me, I want attack. So I'm going for attack. And I will check what are some good tags that I can get with attacker type characters. So you can pick 2. So if you click it, they will give you all the attacker units that you have. So I want attacker and also a paramecia. So I'm going to get Buggy. I'm going to get, yeah, let's say Luffy. And we need one more, but our attacker is already 6. So we can take attacker out and get one paramecia. Robin is good though. W and Straw Hat. We need one more, so I'm going to put this guy, or I can put Chopper. There we go. And now we need to check how many tags we got. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 tags. And if I want to, I can go for Captain. But usually Captain is not that good. Like, they reduce damage received from character type long range normal attack. But if you don't have the Captain tag, I think it's okay. Like, having 5 tags is okay. So it depends on what your unit needs. So if you're going to check it, New World gives you Increase damage to enemies with the element you are weak against by 15%. And now for those new, you know how the element works, right? Just make sure to read each tags, and if you know that your characters needs those tags, then get them. All right, so I usually want straw hats. Straw hats reduce critical damage received by 30%. I think straw hats is really good. Paramecia, also good when your HP is 50% or less. Increase critical damage dealt by 20%. Yeah, there we go. So that's how I usually build it. It will depend on what your units need. For example, let me give you an example. This is my light element. This is what I use on my light element. I'm using attacker, straw hat, zone, new world, and worst gen. Those are all I need on my light element. Since Shanks or since light counters RGB, we good to go. My blue element or S-Snake, it's all good. S-Snake is just broken. Whatever you give on your S-Snake, it's all good. It's all good. It doesn't even matter. There are characters that can work even though you're not using color element on those units. For example, S-Snake is blue and I'm not using blue support, like a full blue support on my S-Snake, and it still works. So that's how broken S-Snake is, in my opinion. It will not be the same for every character, so you need to test them as much as you can. And you're the only one who will figure it out on what your characters need and what fits on your playstyle. Okay, so that's how I build my light element. And that's why I like light element or dark element, because they are F2P friendly, in my opinion. You can put whatever color on your support and it will work. So I think they are like a free to play friendly units, in my opinion. On my green, I have like 161.9%, and this is my tag. I'm using runner because it will give me 800 HP, which is, I think, Gear 5 needs. And I have straw hat, paramecia, and grand line. Make sure to build a support where you can build it on what you have. So don't push yourself down. You can always build a support full of 2 stars. So it means this is just temporary. While building your main support, you can go for 2-star first. Autoselect can be useful, but it's not ideal for competitive play. I encourage you to experiment with manual builds and tweak based on your needs. And tell me, what are your thoughts on creating a support? Let me know in the comments so that you can also help new players. Well, you know the drill. Stay salty and stay awesome, and salty rock. Now signing off.